The revelation that the way Facebook measured video views and dwell time wasn't reliable cast a shadow over the whole issue of viewability in digital advertising. So when does a view of a video or advert online actually count?
The viewability standards that were published in the industry was a display ad, a standard ad, to be viewed for a minimum of 1 second, and 50% of the ad has to be in view. And for a video, it was 50% of the ad in view for a minimum of 2 seconds.
That doesn't sound very much.
This is where the point of clarification is needed. It's a very important point. This is where it's a minimum. This is where the starting gun fires. Because there are so many points of influence in terms of whether or not an ad is seen, and if it affects change in consumer behaviour, we have to set base minimums, and that's what they are, they're base minimums. But there's no one golden metric we can apply to all brands, all creatives, on all websites. And also consider you're looking at different ads of different sizes on different devices.
Does that mean that with those standards in place, that creatives should be thinking about tying what they do to make that advert more engaging, so they get the hit within the first second or what have you? Absolutely,
and you see people adapting to, if I can draw an example, the YouTube skippable ad. So they've given the facility for a large proportion of the ads on YouTube to be skipped after 5 seconds. And what we've seen is creative agencies adapting to that and trying to get a hard-hitting message within 5 seconds to try and retain the consumers, that they don't click away and they therefore watch the rest of the ad. People being ingenious, and often they'll even shrink the ad, the incomplete ad, to 5 seconds.
Could you imagine a situation where viewability affects prices?
Absolutely, and in fact there are different publishers already putting in place that model. So The Economist, the FT, actually selling on time spent with the brand, so how long the ad is in view to the consumer, and therefore the theory being, of course, that the longer they spend with the brand, the more opportunity to influence and therefore affect change.
But how do you now know that it's not being watched by a bot somewhere?
It's an excellent question. So the same companies that measure if an ad's been seen, in terms of how viewable it is, that opportunity to see, also offer services for screening traffic and actually looking at individual users, not identifying them, but looking at individual users and saying, do they express behaviours of a human? Looking at known sources of fraud, and essentially having a tool which then detects, uses those signals to determine, is that traffic likely to be fraudulent, or is it likely to be a human? And they provide an index. So they offer that as a tool set as well.
So where's the future?
All marketers, all brands and agencies and publishers becoming familiar and employing these tools, but also looking at their supply chain and making sure that they know who they're doing business with and employing those tools accordingly to look at their supply chain. And understanding that, while the benefits of digital advertising and reaching a global audience are immense, that the right measures and the right protection needs to be put in place, and that those tool sets are available. There are committees, as I said, in the UK, JICWebs. There's a light committee in America also looking at this in terms of providing standards and guidelines in the industry, who are overseeing, and importantly, it's from everybody in the industry taking accountability on this.
Still watching? Perfect. Click here to watch another great video from CNBC International. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.